Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for educations and technology only. So, yesterday I shared a video on if one really want to learn Wing Chun, one need to have the passion, have to have discipline and working hard. And then one need to spend hours and hours training it, learning it, practicing it. It's like learning how to fly a plane. Okay, so how many thousand hours actually one really put the time on it, that is important. And in that video I mentioned how people study with me and so forth, and that leads to that many people ask me, can I coach them, or is there any affordable low-cost online class which I'm offering? So today I like to share with you this. Okay, I don't open a school, okay, at least right now. So when I coach people, I can only take about between 10 and 20 people each year, the maximum, because you need time, you need to personalize coach everyone. And then if you ask those who have trained with me or get coached by me, they will say I'm a really bad teacher because I'm very strict. Okay, you need to do homework, or I chase you around, or I kick you out of the school. Okay, so actually it is not that practical to thinking that can get coached by me. Okay, because number one is I don't have that much time to train everybody. The second thing is I want to have a certain quality, and most people might not have time to do what I require them to do. Okay, so it's not against anybody or being racist or anything. I teach everybody the same. So if someday I die, you can get people who is in Asia or Europe, if they don't even have to know each other, they meet and they both train with me, they will have the same content learned from me. Okay, so there's no argument, no fighting, no. It is education. It's like Newton's law is Newton's law. Okay, somebody might be getting more deeper insight in the Newton's law, but everybody talk Newton's law. It's not like, well, Hendrik tell me this before. There's no such thing. Everybody is the same. Okay, so those options, yes, there's the option, but I can only take about maybe 10, 15 people a year. Okay, and it is really exhausting to help coaching people. Okay, because you have to bring him into another dimension. Yes, another dimension. So for people like us, usually we want to understand Wing Chun, be it in the culture, due to we want to understand more Chinese culture or Qigong and so forth, Wing Chun, but we are not like a commit into it. Then I already work out a very affordable learning system for you. Okay, well, what happened is that the reason I wrote all these books, because each book means something. Each book one learns something. It's like a college textbooks. Over here you cannot find my biography or telling you my Sifu said this or I say this. No, this is all based on traditional Chinese martial arts and the Chinese classical document, okay, and scientific stuff. So, there are 5 books here. I released 5 books in the past 5 years. Each book means something, and one don't have to buy the 5 books. Come on, okay? If one really passions and have discipline and willing to study, disregard of what lineage or what style of traditional Chinese martial art, or even you do MMA, you want to understand what is going on, you can just pick up one book from all this in Amazon.com. You can pick up one book, you read about it, okay, and then you can go to my website, not my website, my joining the Facebook group for technical discussion, and you can ask questions. What happened in this book? You know, why is it, and so forth. And there are many like-minded people, friends, Wing Chun, traditional Chinese martial art friends is there in the group, in the Human Operating System Development Group. Okay, so there are many people there. Some get coached by me before, and some not. But everybody is going studying in the same direction. Then one can discuss there and can ask questions. And I am there every week doing a live stream video, and then you can meet me there and ask me questions. You know, so that is the most affordable and real educations. Okay, it's based on something. So one just have to get the books. One doesn't have to start with anyone. One can start with anyone, and usually, if one want to know about the basic traditional Chinese martial art 101, or which is related to connected to the sports science and so forth, then get the Wing Chun Inception, because this is the first book in the West or in the world today that it linked the ancient to the sports science today. Okay, many friends have been using this book now to decode their own traditional Chinese martial art or Qigong, because this is the basic. Okay, one can go study this and then go to the group and ask questions. Okay, and how much you're gonna learn is depend on how passionate you are, how disciplined you are, and how much time you put in. So there's Wing Chun Inception. You know what's going on in Wing Chun 1850. You know what is the common denominator of traditional Chinese martial art. How is that connect to today's sports science? How you're going to verify it? And then how Qigong, what is the reality of Qigong, is all in this book. Okay, it's very verifiable, it's systematic, and it is actually scientific. Okay, so anybody, any style, any people who like to study martial art or Wing Chun can have this book and read about it. This is a lifetime reference. It's not just you read it, throw it away. No, the more you read, the more you understand, because there's a lot of things there. For, you know, just to be straight, 40 years of my life, okay, make me be able to write this book. If I don't have that 40 years what? At least 10,000 hours, okay? I will not be able to write this book, okay? So that's what it is. You want to know Qigong as it is, internal, whatever is in this book. After you have this education, you know exactly what the ancient Chinese is talking about. How is that equivalent or the connect to today's sports science, okay? So no more magic, no more all this chi stuff, and we talk terms, Chinese term that we have no idea what it is. And then for this is momentum. If one want to know the impulse momentum type of the Wing Chun, the short strike art 1850, this is the book present what happened in the Chinese ancient classic, and then the breeding and so forth. Okay, and the 4 momentum zone and so forth. Okay, so this is for momentum. While fighting is a momentum. Okay, so this momentum. I am not proposing that we get violence or go fighting, but we can learn what it is, what actually the Chinese mean for short strike. Okay, the short strike art like Wing Chun, what does it mean? what is the body conditioning and the momentum condition is needed. What is the strategy of doing that fighting? Okay. So that is for the momentum. So this is a basic 101. You know about the chi, the body conditioning. Okay, body conditioning, and then what is the Chinese talk about when they talk about Chinese martial arts, and what 1850 the Wing Chun is about. Okay, body conditioning, and then how is that momentum met into today's sport science, and this is focused on the momentum, impulse momentum. Okay, which is today we can see, different type of momentums is there. And if one want to learn the basic Wing Chun, like the stance, the footwork, the mechanics of the power generations, and then the 一级 Kam Yong Ma, those kind of stuff. Okay, the 一级 Kam Yong Ma, how to stand it properly, how to do all those stuff is in this book, beginning. That's why I call Beginning Wing Chun. And again, this is according to the ancient Chinese martial arts. And then how is the angle you get into? It's not just you go walk into the center line. Okay, there's many considerations how you walk into it. Okay, so there's the thing. And then this book even have a checklist what one need to understand. Okay, this is a checklist there. Okay, so that's called beginning. When you start the first month of the Wing Chun, or the first 3 months, we want to know that theoretically, and then how to practice, and the mechanics and so forth. And this basic Wing Chun art and science is about the 6 core elements. The 6 core element is the common denominator elements of all traditional Chinese martial art and Qigong. Namely, the physical body, the mind, the breathing, the Qi energy, the force or the strength, or the Jing, and then the momentum. Usually, we don't really clear on this thing. In the general of the world, in the majority, people talk about energy when they're talking about the force or strength, and then people talk about techniques, but they are missing the momentum. And then when people talk about the Qi, actually it needs to be in the breathing. So this book clarify the entire thing, and all this book actually it tell you what, why, how. All these books is not a book that like usually in the marketing purpose, that I tell you what and why, but I don't show you how. Well, if I do that, that means you're gonna join my class, pay more for the class. No, all this book talk about what, why, how. So for example, people it's very confusing about the strength, the Jing, the Qi, the internal, and so forth. Well, in the chapter of the strength here, or the force flow here, it shows you how you actually manage to handle your force, action reaction force, and what type of it, how is it, okay, and how is it, all is there. So all this book is meant for educations. So even I die, okay, after 100 years I die, when people get hold on this book, they know exactly what is going on. It's written is like an engineering, okay. And if people who like to study more about the Buddhism meditations, Taoism meditations, and how it linked to today's science, is this book. So with this book, with these 5 books, one can practically cover a minor in the college on Wing Chun or traditional Chinese martial arts. No kidding, okay? with these 5 books, it can be, each book can be a quarter or 2 books per quarter. So over here you're talking about 1 year of study here in college, like in the university educations. Okay, and it can be used lifetime. It's like your engineering book, your math or physics books. There's the intention for writing that. There's no point to write something which won't last, that you read it like a magazine and throw it away. No, all these books, you keep it and you always can look into it what it is, because this is Chinese historic evidence base. It is not I create it. I don't create it. I just translate it to or actually describe it with today's language in English so that everybody understands, because there's no way we can expect in 20 years that people translate all of this. Face it. If you look into go to a university, you want to translate this, translate that, and then you have 10 people translate it and everybody have their opinion. Over here is, we don't have time. We just go down there, we know what, why, how, we describe it with today's language, and then we can track it, verify it with our scientific variable device today. And it's sport science based, period. Okay, so this is the most affordable economic way for people around the world, no matter where they are, can go study it. Okay, and you don't have to buy all this book. You can go choose which one suitable, you feel better, you feel comfortable, you read it, and then you study it. And then you can go to the Facebook group if you want to ask questions, to discuss with people technically. And then if you, after finish one, you can start the second one. And at the end, if you go through 1 year of that, you go through all these 5 books, 1 year of that, you will wonder how much information you have. Especially if you go to the group and explain, discuss with people, and you can ask me questions over there. Okay. So this is an education stuff, which is make it so possible that we in the West really know what is Wing Chun, what is traditional Chinese martial art, what is Qigong, what is meditation. No longer we want to say, hey, this grandmaster teach me so. We don't want to do that. So that's why this book is critical. The Wing Chun Inception. Inception meaning beginning, right? We need to start a new paradigm, new era here, based on evidence, scientifics, and systematic. So everybody got it. Okay. So that is what I propose. If you like to study Wing Chun, just go through that. Okay, you don't have to pay monthly fee. You don't have to pay me tuition fee. Why? Why do you want to waste all the money? You don't have to. You just have to have passion, diligence, and you work hard, and you go through that, and then you will learn a lot with this. And you know that, oh, the Chinese say this. This is Western science. Okay, today's science and technology, and you know it. So disregard what system, what style. This is like your basic say basic English 101, 102, 103. After you learn that, you learn it. There's no secret. So you don't have to pay subscriptions, you don't have to pay online tuitions, and you have all this reference book because you bought them. Right? And everybody talking the same thing. So this is what I propose and share it to you. You know, just do it in a really economic, affordable way, based on the ancient Chinese evidence and today's sports science, where I report to you there, and you learn that. And only those, just face it, I think out of 1,000 people, only one probably going to study with me. And out of 10 people who study with me, you know, 5 of them I ask them to stop in the middle. Not that I don't like them, and they know too. I give them chance, I try to tutor them. But some just don't, it's not there yet. Okay, and some just really, they are not really interested in going that deep. So, you know, don't make ourselves suffer, right? So if you read that 5 book, you really say, oh, I want this, I really want it, I want it to be coached, then there's later. And even for me coaching people, I'm not like the other day, there's one student in the class saying that, hey, you know, Henrik, in 2014, this guy is charging 10,000 euros being studied with him for 1 month or something like that. You have to go to Asia starting with 1 month. Well, you don't have to. You study with me, the tuition fee is like the college. The college, you know, you take 4 credit, 1 credit for what? Today is what, $80, $100, or $150, whatever, okay? And then you take a quarter to start to learn that every day you do that. Can you learn it from a seminar? Can you learn it, stay with me for 1 month? No, you cannot. Because you need to digest it. Like even E.G. Kam Yong Ma. Like for example, this thing. In the Wing Chun matrix, there is this 2C state, really critical state. Anybody who go through that, they'll transform their life, they'll change their life. Because again, this is not my design. This is what the Chinese the ancient Chinese is talking about. Okay, the Xing Qi to Dan Tian, or the lower abs breathing. It takes 3 weeks for one to practice it daily, back and forth with me, until one get it verified, and then all of a sudden one use it every day. Okay, you can go to the Human Operating System Development Group and you ask those people who already go through the 2C state what changed them. But there's not overnight, there's not a seminar, just one single thing. You spend 3 weeks there at least, so that you can use it in daily, right? Now, if you are not that dedicated, we like casually to understand and so forth, and or we want to apply in our own style, you don't have to be Wing Chun, okay? If you are Hongga friend, we are brother of Southern Chinese martial. We are Choi Lei Fat friend. You know that me and many Choi Lei Fat Sifu, we are brothers, because in the Red Boat time, the Wing Chun and the Choi Lei Fat, Hong Seng Choi Lei Fat, they are brothers to fight the Qing. So you can use this. Okay, this is the ancient Chinese educations. That's what it aimed for. Okay, because there's no way I can expect in 20 years that people translate all this thing. Okay, properly. One really need to know what it is and to describe it so that one can get it. It's not about literature, reading the Chinese literature. It's much more than that. Okay, so this is to share with you today. Okay, and so you don't have to pay subscription, you don't have to waste your money, and the book is always with you, and then it's a Chinese culture. It is based on the Chinese cultural evidence. So So bottom line is that you don't have to pay anything. And you can study. And you can have the educations. Well, don't we want to have public educations? So that is what it is. You know, study with me is tough. Because I'm a really bad guy. No, many of those who go through with the course will tell you. Okay, but I have to be bad guy, because if I'm not strict, there's no quality, and it's unrepeatable. And I don't want, if tomorrow I die, then you have 10 people tell you 10 different things because Hendrik tell me this and he's a secret student. No. Everybody who go through my class, okay, even though I'm just doing it hobby, I have no school, it's no business and everything, just try to help people who really want it. Everyone have the 2C state will describe to you in the same directions, even though different people might describe in the different variations, but they will tell you in pointing into that same direction, and they be able to achieve that same thing. That's how it has to be. It's like we go to study physics or study English. Everybody know what is a verb, what is a subject, object, what is a gerund, what is a phase, right? So it has to be like that, because it's education, it's non-personal, it has to be objective, so everyone learn. And then you don't have to learn with me, because people who go through this, from the book they learn, and then we can ask our friend, like in the math class, we can ask our classmate, hey, do you know how to solve this thing? And the classmate might know, okay, be reading it, they study, they say, oh yeah, this is how it is, according to this book, this is this, and this is how we got it, and so forth. Make it a real education worldwide, okay? It's education, it's not business that you have to subscribe to me every month, pay me every month. I don't want that. I don't want that, because that's not the notion. Okay, and you don't have to buy all the books. Just read whatever you can, and then you know what? In fact, I don't want people to buy all the books. I want them to get only one at a time. What is the point? You buy all this book, put in your library, and collect dust. What is the point? At least you buy one book, you have to read about it, you know what the heck is this, and then you go to the next, and you benefit, right? It's like a product. You use it. So look at it as like a product, you use it. You know, oh, this is for this is for this. And I learned this, right? So this is to share with you today. We have to be really open on this thing, okay? And yeah, you know, after you study this, you say, wow, I really want this, and so forth, so forth. Then you can message me, ask me, you know, do I have time to do this? And if I have time, and if the thing is proper and right, is really that it can be worked out, then we can talk about it. And again, you know, as what I said, I'm not charging people $10,000 all those kind of stuff, because it's not, you know, education cannot be business. So it's like college, right? You go to college, university, it's about education. So this is open up for you, you know, based on depend on what you want. However, one thing I have to warn you. When you read a book, make sure you read every sentence and then you understand it, you think it. Do not just swallow everything and say, hey, I know it already. Okay, those are dead trap, okay? Read it carefully a few times and think, what does Hendrik say here? What is it presenting? How is this thing? Why is this thing? Why is it saying so? Instead of saying, well, I know already. And it is always what I get from people is that they think they know. They think they know, but in fact they don't know. Okay? It is a common screw up. And then they think they know, and they start to speculate, and then they go up to the moon, to the Mars, to the Venus, but they have no idea what it is in front of their eyes. This is a habit that usually people have, because in this era right now, we just reading smartphone message, fast, quick. We really don't digest it before we go to other next message and something. This type of stuff, you need to know what it is. So this is what I like to share with you. Okay, so I make this video once for all for everybody. It's up for you. And if you don't, you know what, go to the Amazon. You read about the commenting, the review of the books. If you like it, you buy it. If you don't like it, it doesn't serve you anything, don't buy it. So I'm the guy who tells me don't buy my book. Don't watch my channel. Don't ask me to coach you. What is the point? To waste money, to waste your time for something you don't like. Right? You buy a car, you go drive it, look into it, until you say, well, I like this car, then I buy it because it's useful for me. You buy one junk, put it at the home, you know, like buy all my book, put in your library, collect dust. What is the point?